Some kid punk. Yeah, so we're going to clear through the questions that are in the IndiePro group. If you're an IndiePro member, hop into the Facebook group. Feel free to ask your question in this video, and I will do my best to answer it. What's up, Kay? But we're going to try to clear through the group's questions first. So let's go to screen share. Yeah, screen share. All right, cool. And then let me fix this, actually. So we'll do this, and then we'll do this. Cool, cool, cool. That's how we want it. That's how we want it. All right, cool. So I'm going to organize this by new posts. And then let me just get our link address here. And we'll go answered here. Then we will delete all this BS. And then put in timestamp. Cool, cool, cool. All right, we're good. Copy that. Copy that. All right, cool. Let's go find our first question, gang. Let's go find our first question. So I'm going to try to scroll down to where Jesse left off. It's definitely not here. That's where Jesse left off. All right, cool. So, hi team, how do you feel about releasing singles in late November? Concerned it may be a bit of a nightmare from an ad cost perspective versus early January. Would love to hear thoughts. Let's go. Timestamp is 2 minutes and like 20 seconds. Yeah, I think it's a nightmare from an ad cost perspective. There's like literally no worse time to be advertising in the year or starting ad campaigns. I'll say if you already got them running, they should be able to persist and not take too bad of a hit, but launching them into this environment kind of sucks. Also, I'll say that like, yeah, the music industry pretty much shuts down from like mid-November or early November until like mid-January. So it's very hard to get a manager or a publisher or a booker on the phone in the next like 2 months historically. And that's not for no reason. It's because like it's a very difficult environment in which to do music industry activities. So generally, like I think waiting for January not only gives you the benefit of not having that detriment, it also gives you the benefit of like more planning. So I would take it if you can. Hi everyone, what is the best way to... Kay said, any chance to tackle the Facebook Spotify strategy someday? What do you mean, Kay? If you could give me more details on what you mean by that, I'd be happy to help out. Mirko says, what is the best way to receive email notification of an order placed on the funnel? Yeah. So Aaron Trum's got it. It's a workflow that emails a specific address. Okay. Yeah, so you have internal notifications. Here, I'm going to put this here. It's about 4 minutes in. All right, so Mirko, what you're going to do is, let me just go to high level internal notifications settings. So we'll go there. And then where is it? It's not action. It's there's like a setting. There's like an official setting. Let me try to find it. Is it my profile? Yeah, man, we don't need all that. Damn, High Level changed their support portal. Looking good. Email notifications or to customize notifications. No, dude, I need the notification settings. Where are they, dude? Objects? What are objects? Damn, High Level ships, dude. Like every time I come in here, it's different. Candace K, I will get to your questions imminently, as soon as I can. Ooh. Oh, wow. All right. Damn. I mean, this has nothing to do with what we're trying to do, but this is really cool. That's going to be helpful later on. All right. where the frig are their notifications? Settings, email, SMS. Damn, I know there's like a page where you have like all the different types of things you might get notified on, and like slider buttons for email, SMS, and internal. Maybe notification settings. Ooh, we found it. All right, cool. So you're gonna, you can click on your notifications in the top right, dude. Here, let me get rid of this because it's unnecessary. So you go to your top right, click on your notifications, and then click these 3 dots right here. You go to notification settings. Then you can turn on email. I guess this is just for conversations and tasks. All right, that's super annoying. All right, then let's do the workflow way. Damn, dude, I thought they would have sales in there. What have they changed recently? Funnels and websites enhancements. We're going to want to learn about that. All right, cool. Now that we're loaded up, let's get out of here. Thank you. Preach. And then we'll create a workflow. Actually, we don't need to create one because I have tons of like dummy half-created workflows. So we'll go here. So what you're going to do, Mirko, is you're going to create a workflow, new trigger. It's going to be order form submission. You can add a filter for the funnel or website if you want to filter by like a specific funnel. And then submission type is going to be sale. So you save that trigger. When that happens, you can do, where is it? Send internal notification, yes. And what that will do, okay. Internal notification email. Cool. So yeah, you set this up just like you would send any email from an automation. From name, let's call it Circa. From email, let's call it circa@somekidpunk.com or whatever your domain is. To user type, particular user. And then you can select from your staff in this dropdown. So anyone in your staff. And it will send them an email. And then you can have the email be like new sale. For, and then like maybe put your funnel name in here, right? New sale for funnel. And then you can just put a message here. And let's just make sure you can see this, Mirko. Here you can put a message and be like, hey, hey, first name, right? Hey, me. You just got a new sale in... And like you have tags here, right? So you can put in custom values from the triggering event. So it might be, do we have order here? No, we don't. All right. Well, then maybe you just put in your funnel name if you're filtering by funnel. And then let me see if we actually get, contact user attribution. Where's order? Oh, okay. Let's see what's going on. From, you could say from, and then tag it with the contact email. And the contact is going to be the person who ordered. User is going to be the person you're sending this email to. I want to make sure I clarify that. So you can input variables from the contact, be like, hey, this person just ordered. Or you could say, hey, first name of the user, meaning you. Hope that makes sense. I don't know why we don't have the actual order data here, though. That's super annoying. I wish we did. Huh. Maybe with a different trigger we would? Order submitted, maybe? Order source is... order form? Save trigger? Internal notification, email, circa@somekidpunk.com. Oh. Cool. To particular user, we'll select me as the user, subject test. And now let's see if we do get those variables. Yeah, we do. So if we use order submitted instead of order form submission as the trigger, you do get these order variables where you can see like total cart price. You can add in the customer. You can add in the order total. So if you want those variables, use order submitted as the trigger, not order form submission. But either way, that's how you would do it. And then you publish it, and now you're getting emails about all your orders. Hope that helps. All right, let's move on. Oh, I didn't want to close that. Frig. Changelog widget, yeah. Enhance funnel stats. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, none of this is really that cool. Yeah, none of that's cool. All right, never mind. Who cares? Cool. Let's move on here. Hi, all. This is a question mainly for the indies living in Australia. I'm not in Australia, so I'm going to bow out here. Anyone else having issues with the CRM right now? Seems super slow. Not that we can tell, Teej. I want to put in this email here. Yep. Timestamp is going to be 12 minutes. Teej, we just did a bunch of stuff in the CRM. Seemed actually comparatively zippier than it ever has. They did push a shitload of changes recently, and when they're pushing changes, it'll slow down the site, so maybe that's what you experience, but I think they're actually improving on speed, not getting worse. I've come to really hate this kind of, Aaron Trump says, I've come to really hate this kind of meme, especially when artists fall into this mindset and wonder why they struggle. It's the combination of entitlement and disempowerment. I know I don't provide any value, but I have the right to sit around and do art while others toil, so you should support me. No attempt to serve the audience, provide value, or look at things from listeners' point of view. And the meme is, did you know that one CD vinyl sale earns more income for an artist than 200 hours of streaming? Yes, I did know that. One $20 to $25 album or CD sale earns about the same as the royalties paid on 5,000 track streams. Please buy a CD. Thank you. Yeah, you know, charity is never a good sales pitch. If you're selling stuff for profit, don't use non-profit tropes to sell your stuff. It makes you look, it's not a good look. You know, you should never be a successful musician financially because you're a charity case. You should never be a successful anything financially because you're a charity case. Charity is not a way to get money. Okay? I mean, it is a way to get money in a non-profit context for a cause. None of that money goes to you. You are not a cause. So, yeah, I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly, Aaron. Like, this is a bad angle. USPS shipping prices seem to have gone up a lot since yesterday. Nothing I'm shipping today is under $4. Seasonal CPM slap. Huh. USPS plans to raise shipping prices for 2024 holiday season. I guess that answers it, huh? That sucks. Okay, yeah, we answered this. Yeah, if someone D&Ds, you can't send them emails. So even if you try to, it won't go through. So don't worry about that. And can't really do anything about that. You don't need to segment out unsubscribes. So yeah, if you're using the CRM and you have an unsubscribe link and it D&Ds people, so it says do not disturb on their contact profile, you can send them emails all the live long day. It'll never make it to them because the system prevents, if they have D&D marked, it won't send it to them. So you're never at risk of sending to people who unsubscribed, like programmatically. So yeah, don't worry about that if you were. Okay. Anyone have any good examples of signs you put out to get email signups, socials, Venmo, etc. at gigs? This is amazing. Mine isn't great, but I've been thinking of doing the same thing. I'd say make an ugly mock-up and get someone on Fiverr to make one that crushes. One thing I do as a solo act that's relevant to you too, I have an honor system note on there. Like, if I'm not here, help yourself to merch and pay with this Venmo QR code. I trust you. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I mean, it is a graphic design task. Like, here, 16 minutes in. Corey, I would say, yeah, like you could get it on Fiverr. There's also like really great AI tooling for this. You don't want to use AI tooling that just generates images. You want to use AI tooling that composes stuff like Photoshop does, of which there's a great many. AI signage, you know. Here, let's generative AI for signage / posters. Let's try that. Ad creative, signage tools. Yeah, Jasper AI has graphic design. Very cool. So yeah, there's lots of stuff. You can play around with that. But yeah, I think it doesn't need to be vastly complex either. So the simpler the better, I'd say. And then like signage is great, but signage will never beat you actually saying something from stage. So by all means, like craft a little line, remember it that you can say from stage to pitch to people to like go do the thing. Any advice on effectively promoting a Facebook live stream on IG stories? When I add a Facebook link to an IG story, it opens in a browser window and asks to sign in instead of opening their FB app. Terrible. Yeah, that is terrible. My IG, what the hell, dude? No, dude. No. Gah, so mad. Oh my god. Very mad. Okay. My IG stories get way more attention than FB stories, but FB is a much better platform to stream while making sales from. IMO, pin, comment with link to sales, OBS integration, etc. Okay, so do want to make clear here, 14 minutes, 50 seconds. Taylor, you can do OBS with IG. You can stream from IG. I don't know where it is right now, but I have a little, oh, here it is. Is it plugged in? I have a little cord that connects HDMI to my Streambox and then has like a USB-C for my phone. And it'll display my phone's screen in OBS, which is like just to say that there's many ways to connect between a phone and a computer, either to display your screen or to use the phone as a camera, but you're using your computer to monitor chat. You can also, I believe, pin comments to IG Lives, and then IG does have tons of integration for shopping. It's just like in order to use it, you'll want to set up your shopping in IG. But you can add a product catalog in Creator Manager, or the new Facebook Business Manager, whatever it's called, Creator Suite. You can add your product catalog, and then those become available as like tags on your Instagram posts, and I believe in IG Lives as well. I don't think there's a good reason to run it as a Facebook Live if you have a much bigger IG audience. Yeah, so I would say like do an IG Live. And I think like getting around those problems is better than figuring out how to promote an FB Live from IG. A spam score. Where? Oh, in the CRM? Nice. Okay, Jack answered this one. Jack answered this one. Jack answered this one. Is there a tutorial on setting up the FSH funnel V2 and CRM 3-step? I'm trying to rebuild mine here, but cannot figure out how to add a fixed shipping amount or even how to get the CD to come in at 0 instead of full price. It looks like Brian actually took care of this. Yeah, I'm just going to say this. Brian has the right idea. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'll just do a personal thank you. Sarah, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. It's hard to know who's listening to the podcast, if it's helping. So to hear that it's valuable for you is super cool. Thank you so much. All right. What's next? Time sensitive. We just posted our new official video on Facebook and got this copyright notice, but we own the rights. Ooh, you got to contact your DSP. And Jack said as much. So, okay, cool. Tried out the social planner in the CRM and ran into error messages that I don't get on Metricool. First, I tried an image and it said file size exceeded the recommended limit. It was about 13 megabytes, which is more than necessary for web, but not insane. Yeah, far more than necessary. No image needs to be 13 megabytes on the internet, dude. That said, then I tried posting a video slightly over 1 minute as an Instagram post, and it said it was too long because IG only supports video between 3 and 60 seconds, which just isn't true. Yeah, not anymore. You can put up a 4-minute video as a post. You can put up like a 50-minute video as a post, I'm pretty sure. And IG will automatically make a reel out of it that links to the full video also. And I've done this with Metricool posting to IG. Is there a way to tweak these limitations in the CRM? All right, let's go searching for, I'm going to put your timestamp in right here, 2150. And then let's go searching through High Levels docs for the right info. So social planner, limits, size, length. Okay. So this is a limitation not of the platform, but I guess of their API. Image maximum file size 10 megabytes kind of across the board. Instagram business profile, it's 8 megabytes. For Instagram story, 3 to 30 seconds. Instagram Reels, 3 to 15 minutes. Oh, you can do Instagram Reels up to 15 minutes, dude. Okay. Okay, cool. Video. Interesting. What? That's interesting. Instagram business profile video. It's weird, right? They're saying Instagram business profile here, 3 seconds to 60 seconds. But then up here, they're saying Instagram Reels can be this much. Interesting. Yeah, I definitely don't want that. Thank you. Okay. Dimensions and file sizes for the social planner. Okay. Yeah, that's not very much help. I guess not, dude. That is a serious limitation, and it sounds like Metricool is better when it comes to those kinds of things. That sucks. They do list the correct, like it can be up to 15 minutes, which actually isn't true anymore. Reels can be even longer than that, I think now. But I don't know why it's not allowing you to. So the little help menu for GHL support has mysteriously disappeared. I can't find it. Do they hate me? All I was going to ask was how to turn off the coupon option for my Black Friday product. Yeah. So let's go 2430. Okay, so Chris, I want to say that your FSH landing page being deleted has nothing to do with this box. That's a separate issue. I don't know what happened there, but it's definitely not related to the box. And then, so here's exactly what happened. Let me just put this here, 25 minutes in. So the team that offers that support bubble that we were paying for came to us and was like, hey, we need like thousands more dollars per month to keep doing this for you. And we were like, okay, that's really fucked up because we purchased a service from you, integrated it into what we're doing, and now people are using it. And you're just like kind of stiff-arming us for extra money. That's kind of jacked up. and they were like, tough break. And so we're like, okay, we will switch to just the docs version, because what we found is that, and Brett Ryan came up a bunch of times where like he was asking them something and then they gave him the wrong information. He would ask it in a live Q&A. I would search Google just high level what he said, you know, and I would find the right information that the support did not give him, like that. So I was like, I'm thinking about firing these guys. And right around when I was thinking about firing them, they were like, give us more money. So I was like, definitely not. But what I would like to do until I have a replacement is keep paying for the little bubble to be there with the access to the documentation. They agreed to that, so we're going to keep paying for that, but then they just removed it. And we've been hitting up their support ever since. It's been like 3 days, being like, hey, what the hell, guy? You know, we had an agreement here. Why did you remove the bubble? And we haven't heard back from them. So yeah, I'm working on developing out a replacement for that bubble that's ours. It's basically going to be like Claude with some system prompts linked up to retrieval augmentation for the docs. So basically you ask a question, we turn it into a vector, which is a mathematical representation of the semantic meaning of your question. We then search across all of High Level's documentation for matches. We return all of the matches. We give it to Claude with your original question and say, hey, here's all the information from High Level in the docs. Here's what they asked. Help them with their question using these docs. And that's what we're going to roll out. That's going to be, you're going to basically have an AI assistant for working at High Level, but we don't have it ready yet. And so we were hoping we could just keep the docs there, but then this company effed us yet again. So we're scrambling to get like a temporary solution in there until, or get them on the horn and be like, hey, what happened to what we agreed upon? But that's kind of what's going on. So I hope that explains everything, and I promise you I will have a solution for you ASAP. But I encourage you to just do what I do in these live Q&As, which is if you have a question involving the CRM, I just search High Level and then like your questions keywords. So like it would be social planner limits, right? Boom. Then we get all of the documentation related to that. High Level's support portal is also amazing. They've got great documentation on almost everything, except for except for anything having to do with developers. And so yeah, you can find solutions here. So I highly recommend leveraging that until we're able to put that back in the actual modal where it was. Okay. So let's move on. Hey, Cirque, I'm sorry this is a bit of a long one, but you're my last hope. I've been having issues with the Shopify integration in the CRM, and Praveen suggested I reach out to you during the next live since the support team hasn't been able to help so far. Hoping you might be able to shed some light on this. So here's what's going on. I've been making test purchases in Shopify using my usual test email. Anna, I'm not going to try to pronounce your last name because I'll mangle it. The orders partially show up in the CRM. The purchase product updates correctly, but other parts are acting weird. For example, despite using my real name in Shopify and even trying to manually update it in the CRM, IndieCRM keeps reverting my name to Tess Testerson. This was an old test name I used once, but it just doesn't want to go away. The bigger issue, though, is that I can't get the UAL pre-order purchase confirmation workflow to fire correctly. It's in my Ultimate Album Launch Workflows folder if you want to take a look. I mean, I can. I can. Let's go try to find it. After reintegrating Shopify the first time, I set up the triggers to fire after purchasing any of 4 pre-order products. The workflow triggers, but the contact data doesn't sync properly with the order, which results in an error and prevents the post-purchase email from being sent. After escalating, they suggested adding a step to create the contact first, but that still came back with an error. I disconnected and reintegrated Shopify again. Everything seemed fine. Shopify connected successfully, and all integration health statuses went green, including read inventory, but the issues are still there. Health statuses? That's not really... That doesn't sound right. What's health statuses? This is integrating Shopify. This is the native integration, not our integration. So that might be what's going on. That sounds like it's what's going on, is we got confused between the native one and ours, which is diff. Here, I gotta find you in the CRM real quick. Just give me a second. team. And we'll look for Anna. What the hell? I actually can't find you. Oh, here's your location ID. Perfect. Loading it up right now. I think. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So what did you say? You said... All right. Well, one, why does it revert back to your name? It's because when we get the order from Shopify, we look up the name in your existing contacts, and that data probably has Testerson. We don't overwrite names. We just update products purchase. So that's probably why it's happening. You would have to delete the contact in here and then add it again, although it might be stuck. Like the API that high level gives us the data over the wire, and they might fail to update that data. So that might be what's going on. Let's continue. New upsell feature on the CRM. Please tell me more, Amanda. All right. Okay, then you have the UAL pre-order purchase confirmation workflow. So let's go there. We'll filter by... Damn, they updated their filters too. Status is published. Apply. Okay, let's just try this. UAL pre-order purchase confirmation. Cool. Okay. Let me also just log in here to my this server to see your failed payloads. So your location ID is BMM. Let's go look for it real quick. Okay, I'm seeing some. We're not able to merge and process orders because... something's coming through as none. Interesting. Jesus. Cool. Very cool stuff. Okay. So interesting. Interesting. I think you have this filter wrong. Huh. Interesting. Contact data doesn't sync properly from the order, which results in an error. Interesting. Create. Oh, do you have the find? Oh, okay. That's why. So, okay. So you will already have the contact. That's the problem. You will already have the contact in here when you... By the time it gets here, there will already be a contact. You never have to create the contact. So what we'll do is we'll find the contact by the email. So we'll say email is Indie Tools, new Shopify order, email. Okay? So we're going to find the contact. And then I guess we could do a conditional branch, but that's not really necessary. Because we get here and then we send them a purchase confirmation. I don't think you need this wait step either. Like, you should just send them the confirmation immediately. So I'm going to save this. That should work. But That's in the docs, I'm pretty sure. I tell you, you got to bind it to a contact, otherwise it won't work. So here it is. That should work. Contact could not be created, updated with fields not mapping properly, even though all the webhooks are green. So again, the webhooks being green, I don't know what this screen is. I've never seen this screen. This might be your native Shopify. Let me go to your integrations and check that real quick. We'll go to integrations for you. Cool. Integrations. Yeah. So you're going to want to actually disconnect this. I'm not going to do it for you in case you don't want our version of this, but you shouldn't have both running at the same time. That's a mistake. If I were you and I wanted to use our trigger and our integration, I would disconnect this. Disconnect it. But I'm not going to do that because that's your decision. Okay, cool. We're good there. All right, we did it. We cleared through all the questions, didn't we? Yeah, we did. What default font size do you all use for email campaigns? 14px is fine. All right, cool. Let's get through the questions in chat. K Bus says, any chance to tackle this Facebook Spotify strategy? I'm currently running a campaign to boost my numbers on Spotify. I recently released a new single. Do you want to know the strategy for doing so? I'm not quite clear on what you're asking, Kay, but if you let me know, I can help you out. I just don't know, like you're saying, I'm currently running a campaign to boost my numbers on Spotify. Okay, how? What are you doing? If you have the CRM, you can use a deeper links page. So our new bridge page solution, which is very robust and fast and very deep linky. It links deep on any device, any browser. So I recommend using that. Recommend using, you feel like it's not working well? Why? Can you tell me a bit more about the parameters of your campaign, what you've been trying? So like, what's the budget? What's the campaign type? What's the videos you're using as ad creative? Why those videos? Did they work well in an organic context or not? These are all questions I would want answered. Hey, Circa, what are some good lead magnet ideas to get people on your email list besides the download? I typically like things that are exclusive and so exclusive that you actually can't get them unless you sign up for the email list. So if I'm truly a fan of someone's music and they tell me, hey, I have songs that have never been heard by anyone except those on my email list because I only give them as direct downloads to people who join my email list. So like, I know that you can probably bootleg them. I know that like I could release them on streaming, but generally we're on an honor system where like, hey, I only give this to you if you sign up for the email list. I only give this content to people on the email list. That way it feels like, man, I'm kind of missing out on something. Like, it's not that I can go get it later on or I can go check it out somewhere else. If I ever want to listen to this, I have to join this email list. And for that reason, curiosity will drive me all the way through the conversion. And that's why I really like it. It would work on me. If Smino came out tomorrow and was like, I just dropped a whole EP and I'm actually never going to release it to the public, ever. You can listen to the whole thing right now. You just got to give me your email address so I can send you just like updates from what I'm doing in the studio, on the road. I just want to just send you an email like once every 2 weeks and just tell you what I'm up to and tell you when new shit comes out. And if you do that favor for me, if you give me your email address so I can keep in contact with you and keep you on the program and knowing what's going on, I'll give you this whole EP that, once again, will never be released to the public. It's not like, oh, you get it early. I'm never releasing this. I would convert. I would 100% convert. So I like those kinds of lead magnet ideas. Kay says, I have 3 different videos. People are clicking on the listen now button, but the streams are low on Spotify. Why those videos? Why those 3 videos? How many did you test? Did they come from something that worked really well on organic? Like, because what our recommendation stack looks like is like, hey, do you feel confident in your ability to grow your fan base through organic content alone right now? Because if not, then there's a workshop that I would recommend, which is this one. and I've shouted it out a few times on here. Let's go to widescreen share. Let's go to IndiePro Plus. So yeah, I would recommend this workshop heavily. It's a workshop I did on this exact topic. So this is just like getting really good at organic content. Basically, if you go through this process and you use the download, if you use this spreadsheet template I made and you do the exact process I outlined in this workshop, if you, in 6 months, you will either know, hey, I really need to work on other things like the music, the image, all other types of stuff that goes before marketing, or I will be way better off than when I started. It's a binary process. The outcome is binary. And that's how I designed it. I designed it to be like, hey, I want to know for sure that if you go through this process and you do this to spec, that on the other side, you will either be growing, or I can confidently say that it's not a content problem. It's not a marketing problem. It's a music problem. It's an image problem. Like, and that could be production value. It could be like, I suck at guitar, which I do. Like, it could be a myriad different things. But I want to know it's not content. I want to know it's not marketing. And so this process will do that, because it's basically modeling what successful creators in your genre who have made it big with organic content, model what they're doing, do pretty much the exact same thing, but your version of it, and do it systematically and repeatedly and track the results for like a period of months. If you go through this, you will come out with, if you do it and the answer is like, oh yeah, you just needed a system for content, you will be good at content. It will not take nearly as much time as it used to, and your audience will be bigger, and you'll have 10 to 20 posts that just did really well compared to everything else. That's what your ad creative for a Spotify campaign should be. That's what your ad creative for a free post shipping and handling funnel should be as well. It should be organic posts that truly went through the gauntlet and proved themselves as being better than everything else you've done. That way we know we're fishing with dynamite. We have shit that works really great in an organic context, and it should do just as great in an ad context. And like, chances are you probably got to make 30, 40, 60 posts, short form videos, to get all the suck out. Because the natural state of all things is that we suck at this. The natural state of all things is to suck at making social media content that gets attention. Because it's not a natural thing to do. We aren't born with that innate ability. Some people are, but most of us are not. And so there is a finite non-zero amount of shitty posts we have to make before we start making good posts. And this process will get through all those shitty posts and get you to the good ones. And it will train you. It will make you better at doing it. And that's what we really need to do in order to have content that works well in an ad context these days. Because we're in a disposable content regime where there's absolute killers out there they are born with an innate ability to get attention with short form videos. Kids who grew up on Vine, and they're hogging all the attention. Should I limit the age on my ads? I'm seeing like 60 plus people commenting on my ads. The thing is that if you're seeing 60 plus people commenting on your ads, and that appears to be the only people who's responding to your ads, the problem is not the age targeting. The problem is the creative. In fact, that's valuable data to tell you I don't have creative that's compelling to anyone but these 60 plus people who kind of click on or comment on everything, which they do. Like 60 plus people frequently they comment and click on a lot more than younger folks. Younger folks have less time and they have shorter attention spans. And so use it as a gauge. Don't limit your age to deal with that problem, because all you're going to get is really high CPMs and very little comments. Yes, stop advertising, but don't do it. Stop advertising to those people by making better videos. Better videos won't get that outsized attention from 60 plus. They will hit the mark. And so that's like your creative is your targeting these days. Big broad audiences, no interest targeting. What's your interest targeting? How do you get to people who are going to like it? The right posts will do that, because only the people who like it will pay attention. And then Facebook will show it more to the types of people who pay attention. So your creative does the targeting, and you need creative that's like vetted. And in order to get creative that's vetted, you need to be good at making creative, and you need to make a lot of it. And so that's what this process will do, this workshop. How to dominate social content. I put a lot into it, and I hope it helps. Okay. So, and then Amanda asked about High Level's new upsell feature. Let's go to High Level changelog and just do a quick perusing before I gotta log off here. No problem, Kay. And then once you're there, like, okay, if you do this process for 6 months and you have fire posts, like maybe you get 2 or 3 a month that just do like way better than all the others. Now you have a collection of killers. You really, like, once you have that, like, it's hard to screw up a direct to Spotify campaign. It's hard to not get traction once you have that. It's hard to not do a successful free push shipping and handling campaign. It's hard to not do a successful album launch once you're able to make good creative at an organic level and then filter through 30 days of posts and find the 1 or 2 that just did way better than everything else. That's when you're just murdering it. And like literally the rest is just configuration. That's the key piece. That is the thing that will make any other campaign sing. Okay. Let's look for what Amanda be talking about. Delivery of digital products for e-commerce stores. Cool, that's cool, but I don't think that's what Amanda was talking about. Upsell products in-store checkout for e-commerce stores. What's up, guy? What? Create a new page for upsell along with current store pages. Add a full width section and a row in it. Ooh, man. What? Dude, Shopify can suck it. Dude, Shopify is effed, dude. F Shopify, dude. What? Yo. Wow. Okay. Upsell can be skipped. Configuring checkout page. And then you can set a sale action for the checkout. Ooh. This is great. Dude, this is great. You can take your most successful upsell products and just add them to every order on your store. Ooh. Woo-wee. In order to do this in Shopify, you'd have to friggin' buy like a $70 add-on. I think a month. Jeez. Can you do a custom upsell product based on the product they purchased? That's gas. I bet it kind of sucks right now though, huh? It usually takes them a while to like fully bake these features. Maybe it is fully baked. I don't know. If the upsell product is purchased, it will create a separate order. That sucks. Shipping options. Interesting. Enable or disable shipping charges. The user can search and select the product. I don't like that. Interesting. Hey, Cirque, a person made a purchase in my Shopify. They were added to my thank you confirmation series, but the name was just a string of numbers and letters. No email attached. Is this an issue with the webhook or CRM integration? It is not, no. You have to do this. Kai J, you got to go here. I just dealt with this with Anna here, which she did not have, which it says, I'm pretty sure it says in the documentation. Please let me know if this isn't in the documentation, but I'm reasonably certain it is. After the trigger, you have to use find contact. The field will be email, and what you're going to use, you're going to click this little tag here, and you're going to go down to Indie Tools. Here, let me wipe this out real quick. You're going to go down to, what the hell, dude? Save action. Delete. Here, I'm going to delete it real quick so I can show you. The action is going to be find contact immediately after the trigger, add fields, email, and then click the little tag, go to Indie Tools, new Shopify order, email. So what that's saying is look for a contact whose email field is identical to the email field from this order. And that binds the contact in the workflow, and now you don't have just a data payload from us in this workflow, you have a contact in this workflow. Then when you go to send them a confirmation, you're all good. So you just have to bind the contact. In V2 of this, I will do that for you. You won't have to do it. And it won't disrupt if you already got it. So you don't even have to remove it. I will be doing this for you. It wasn't available over High Levels API when I built this. It'll find their name as well, for sure. What it won't do is it won't overwrite names. So this user, Anna, she had an issue where she was using a test email that was Test Testerson is the name. And then she put in her real name, but it kept coming out as Test Testerson. And that's because we don't overwrite names from new orders in Shopify. We use the name that's already in the CRM. And because it's really dicey to overwrite names and start overwriting data every time you get an order. So we don't do that. So if it's an issue where like their name was incorrect before, it will still be incorrect. And you gotta take that into account. Not a huge deal. It probably shouldn't happen ever. And it's likely that if they're ordering from your Shopify, like we got the name from Shopify to begin with, but that's how it goes. So yeah, that's all you got to do. You're all good to go. Guys, I got to get out of here. I got to pack because I'm going to West Virginia tomorrow. And you might be asking, why would you go to West Virginia? Don't know. All right. But I'm going. So I'm actually going to visit my father-in-law, who's an awesome guy. So I won't be back on Friday. Normally I would be here on Friday for another one of these. Not going to be here on Friday, but I'll be putting in double duty next week to answer all of your questions. It's good to be back in the saddle. It's good to have Jesse back on Mondays. We're cooking with gas now. And guys, we're in a prep phase holding pattern, right? CPMs are high. You know, release schedules are cleared out. It's the holidays. So we have our Black Friday sales to worry about. Make sure you're prepped for that. Have an offer, have an answer. But besides that, we have plenty of healthy time this winter to start planning our attack on 2025. So start conjuring ideas, clear out all the sort of dead wood from 2024, you know, loose ends, things that are just hanging frayed. Just clear them out of your mind and think about, what do I want my 2025 to be like? What do I want to accomplish in 2025? And really use these next 2 months upcoming to plan and prepare for that reality. I would hate for you to waste the last 2 months of 2024 tying up loose ends from 2024 when you could be supremely prepared for what you want to do in 2025. So just think about that, and I will see you